We have Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen on the board. He is playing against Wesley So in this Armageddon encounter. Magnus has 7 minutes on the clock and Wesley will have 10 minutes. Their classical game ended in a draw, and now Wesley would be looking to beat Magnus. And one of the main things here is that Wesley is in the lead in the tournament, and this half point can mean a lot to him. He opens the game with pawn to e4, and you can see Wesley is not even adjusting any of his pieces. He doesn't care for them to be in alignment. Magnus plays the Sicilian. Knight comes out to f3, e6, and now pawn to d4. He takes, knight takes, and a6 played. We have the Sicilian Khan on the board, bishop to d3, and now d5 is possible. Knight f6 is possible, but he goes knight to c6, and Wesley now can take. Usually you take b takes c6, Magnus goes d takes. Draw is enough for him, so should be good. Knight d2, he plays e5, and maybe you can go and attack this pawn, knight to c4. Wesley pauses a bit. He may have wanted to castle here, but yeah, knight c4, a great move. Attacking here, bishop e6. If you take here, queen a5 check, and you lose the knight. And queen h5, attacking the pawn in the center. And now an important move is bishop b4. But instead Magnus takes here. That's not a good decision, because now Wesley gets two bishops. The reason why bishop b4 was good is because c3 cannot be played. This is hanging. And after bishop d2 takes, and queen d4, black is completely fine. But when you take here and give this double bishop advantage to white, this is actually quite a sad position for black. g6 played, and now Wesley can go h4 because a hook is created here. He goes for it, h4, bishop h6 by Magnus, offering to trade the bishops. He takes it, bishop takes, knight takes, and you can push forward with h5. First Wesley castles. He has a very nice bishop here on this diagonal, while the black knight is a bit struggling. He goes back knight g8, Magnus. He wants to bring the knight to f6. h5 comes in, and now knight comes to f6. If you take, pawn takes, the rook would be hanging, so has to take with the f pawn. And the king is really in trouble because can't castle here, but what it can do is go king f8 and king g7. That could be potentially an idea, but that's also dangerous because of queen e3, and your king cannot be here because it's checkmate. So he goes rook d8, offering a trade. Maybe if you take, I can run my king over to the queen side. And Wesley So goes f4, a nice move, because if you take on e4, I take, knight takes, and then this rook, this knight would hang. So he takes, rook takes d1, should be logical, takes back. And now Magnus goes king f8. f5, pushing forward, king comes to g7. And you have g4. The idea is to push pawn to g5 and f6. He goes h6. And now bishop to e6 with the idea of playing rook to d7 if the knight moves away. But rook d8, offering a trade. Do you want to trade the rooks? I think it might be better to keep the rooks on the board for white. Knight h7. And Magnus wants to play on the dark squares. If he can stabilize this, he should be able to draw king b1 played, tucking the king away. Wesley looks at the big screen. It's 24 moves only, 16 more moves to make. He has 3 minutes 49 seconds. Magnus has 2 minutes 46 seconds. Queen f6, defends on pawn on h6. c3 played. And now the knight goes to f8. The bishop drops back. Rook d6 with the idea of knight d7, knight c5. Magnus coming back. Rook d6 played. Wesley goes a4, gaining some space, but knight d7 seems to be a nice move. He plays a5. Queen comes to f2. The idea is to enter in with queen a7, and this is a tough position. Knight d7, but queen comes to a7. What a beautiful maneuver this is to bring the queen in. How do you even defend the pawn? If you play something like b6, I have queen c7, this is weak, this is weak, bishop e6 will be incoming. It's just killer. So queen d8, but now you lose a pawn on b7. Wesley So chops off the pawn, and Magnus is unable to, I think, salvage the position. f6 check, king g6. By the way, if you had taken with the rook, knight was hanging, and if you taken with, and you can't take with the knight. So he goes king g6, and now queen c8. Beautiful move. The pawn, the rook, and the queen are good enough along with this bishop. So if you take queen takes b3, there's a mate. He takes on f6. By the way, queen takes b3, rook takes h6 is a beautiful finish. Takes queen h8, king g6, and queen g7 mate. Here after knight f6, he goes queen f8. h6 is hanging, and he resigns here. What a beautiful game by Wesley So. He's managed to completely outwit Magnus Carlsen, and he keeps his half-point lead in the tournament. And look at Magnus there. He's unhappy with the way he's played here. It's not often that you see Magnus getting outplayed in this fashion. And Wesley So now will go into the final round of the tournament, and he will he'll be half a point ahead of the field, and he will be playing against Alireza Firouzja. So that will be an exciting battle. Let's hear what Magnus and Wesley have to speak about this game.
No, not as far as I could tell. I felt that I was, putting a little bit of pressure, as you said, at least psychologically. Objectively, I didn't ever feel like I had anything particularly serious, and I thought he did a very good job holding things together, swapping when he could, and forcing me kind of to steer the game towards a draw. But I was happy that it was a decent performance. I felt that my play was pretty normal. Of course, that has to do with the kind of position you get as well. This one was a lot easier to play than a lot of the other games, but at least it feels alright to have played a game where I was never in any danger. I don't know. I was following the game between Vincent and Alireza, and nobody made any. I didn't remember what time they said we were going to start, so I was just following the game and assuming that somebody would start the game at some point. I have no idea, but I was happy to follow a very exciting game of chess. As for the game itself, he just completely crushed me, but I didn't care a lot at that point, it was certainly an important win for him. For me, winning the Classical would have mattered. The Armageddon, not so much.
Wesley, congrats on beating Magnus once in Classical and now in Armageddon. You're on fire. How do you feel after this insane game?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, that half point could matter tomorrow, depending on how everyone does. But yeah, I think Magnus is just tilted. He was not motivated in the Armageddon, I think. But in the Classical portion, he played really well. He was really pushing, and he was making me tired. He was really taking whatever chances he could take. So I thought he played really well, the Classical. But also I want to congratulate Prague for winning Classical games 3 in a row, which is really insane. I'm not sure what's happening with Gukesh because Gukesh is a incredibly strong player. I have no idea why he's losing so many games. But I mean, obviously, this is the last thing I want for someone to give points to my competitors. But I really hope Gukesh bounces back because people have a lot of faith in him, and he's an incredibly strong player. He can easily turn this around. He just needs to figure his games out. But I'm really shocked because to me, Gukesh is an insane player. I mean, he was 27-80 not so long ago, so I'm not sure what's happening.
And you're half a point ahead of Prag with this critical win. How would you approach the final round tomorrow?
Well, take each game at a time. I think today I made a big mistake because I was playing blatantly for a draw, starting on move 1, which is not the way to play chess. You have to be ready to fight. Yeah, I was really disappointed the way I played today. Because, again, this is not the way to play chess. I should just play normal, play good moves. I'll just focus on my game. And obviously a lot of stake, but the best thing is not to think about all those extra things and just play the best move each game.
Wonderful game today, and all the very best for the last round.
Yeah, I mean, I wish Prague all the best too, and may the best man win.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sobrang lakas Wesley.
We met.
Oh yeah, ito sa SLS. Pa-shoutout rin kay Kaizen. Kaizen. From Philippines. Kaizen sabi. Hi Kaizen.
Hi, guys.
Congrats bukas ah.
Yeah.
Abangan ko ulit bukas. Salamat.
Salamat. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Basta isa pang picture. Sige.
I have a friend.
Congrats. Ay ba?
Wesley, can you sign? Excuse me.
American Power. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Where are you from?
From Texas.
What are you
Came here all the way to see you.
That's nice.
Can we take a picture? Wesley, excuse me, can we take a
Andy
picture?
from Texas.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Ethan, here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I get you?
Yeah.